Speaking of LeBron, though, the Lakers right now, Caleb, who are the championship favorites, are 5-3 without Anthony Davis. But that is a winning record, right? But I want to point out one thing. Have you seen their wins? And I know, we did this with Joel Embiid, but have you seen their wins?
Yeah, they're not that impressive.
The Timberwolves, the Chicago Bulls, the Detroit Pistons, and the Oklahoma City Thunder twice, which combined record, I believe they're under 40% wins. So that's okay. But then the losses in that 8 game stretch are the Nuggets, the Nets, and the Heat. So that's a little bit frustrating, I think, for Laker fans.
Mhm.
One thing that I will mention, and I talked about it last week on the podcast, Caleb, is that LeBron's minutes have been going up. He went from averaging 31 minutes a game from December to January 15th. And as soon as Anthony Davis got hurt, LeBron's minutes skyrocketed to almost 38 minutes a game. So that's concerning, I think, if you're a Laker fan. How do you feel about that?
I wouldn't want LeBron playing that much. I don't think seeding really matters for them. Like I don't know why they're gunning for the top seed in the West. Like who's their toughest competition in the Western Conference? Maybe the Clippers.
Maybe the Jazz.
Okay, but okay, let's say the Clippers are their top competition, right? See, that's who they run into in the conference finals or something. You're still gonna have home games versus them. Like it's gonna be at Staples Center. Like it's you know what I mean. Like it doesn't seeding doesn't matter for them
Well,
unless they
according to
play the
Reggie
Jazz. And
Miller,
honestly, I'm taking the Lakers over the Jazz for star power purposes. Like I just I'm not worried too much about seeding, so I'm not gonna throw Anthony Davis out there whenever he's already hurt and risk him getting a bigger injury like they thankfully avoided. LeBron doesn't need to be playing that much. Like if the Jazz are their number one concern in the playoffs, then build yourself up for that. Don't throw LeBron out there and risk him getting hurt, have him tired at the end of the season because he is older now. Let's be honest. I'm not saying he can get winded, but there's no sign that says he can't get winded. You know what I mean? Like down the stretch, it's just I wouldn't push him out there for 40 minutes a game. It's a little bit too much for me.
yeah, I think at this age he shouldn't be playing that many minutes. And you brought up something about the Clippers, and you said that they would still have home court. Well, I wanted to butt in for a second because I was like, according to Reggie Miller, they asked him about that last year, and they asked him last year who would win in a series between the Lakers and the Clippers. And this is before the pandemic. And he said, well, it depends who has home court. And then they're like, Reggie, they both play in LA. Like that doesn't matter. And then he's like, no. Well, what about the stage? Is it going to be stage lighting or is it going to be like the theater
Yeah,
lighting? So it technically the lighting apparently matters, Caleb. I think you're just a little non-educated
no,
on that.
no. You think, but be honest with me for a second. Do you think lighting would even mess with LeBron? This is what year 18. Do you really think by now he's not used to everything? Like that's not going to mess with him.
Well, clearly, one thing that's messing with him is the Utah Jazz. That's why he doesn't want to play in Utah. He's scared shitless of playing against those fans. It's not the
Oh
Jazz.
yeah, the
That's why
fans
he
are.
wants home court. He's gonna get cussed out, Caleb. You got to understand that.
Oh, he's going to get more than cussed out. Racial slurs, everything. That's what he's going to have to hear.